how to make love make money. Well, when did love become a monetizable thing? And is it unconditional love? And is there unconditional love anymore? Is that enough to sustain a relationship in this era? Because it seems like people aren't looking for real love. Instead, they're just looking more for financial help, like them homeless sexuals I told you about, or to fully be sponsored and taken care of. In most cases, it's understood that relationships work best when each person meets the other halfway, like a true partnership. So if two individuals have their own goals and aspirations and don't work towards the same objective, the relationship likely won't work. I mean, I agree with that because, I mean, if you have your thing that you're doing and I have my thing, somehow we need to meet in the middle and we need to be on the same page. Otherwise, you're going to be out on the whole phase and I'm going to be out here with a micro penis thinking that it's going to work.
Yeah, and I also think that the only way that we'll get to a space of like generational wealth is if we both are participating financially in the partnership. You might bring a little bit more monetarily than the other person, but they also should bring something to the table and not expect you to just pay for everything all the time, because at that point now you're just exhausting your resources and they're bringing nothing to the table and there's no growth. And a marriage can't just be about love. It has to be about building a partnership, building a business together. And that business is like generational wealth.
And then you think about people like Nikki Baby, who had Jello, and you know he was struggling a little bit, didn't perceivably have a lot of money. He was living with her. They had their kids. The minute he got that record deal, he was out of there. Went, made another baby, created another home, and now she's a single baby mama. So yeah, I do think that like you need to be very clear on what your objectives are, so that way you have the longevity. But let's be very clear. There's nothing wrong with having a person that if you choose, meaning the same objective, I want a person who wants to take care of the house while I go and make the money. Mm-hmm. As long as you have the same objective, you both are looking for the same thing, that's cool. Well, listen, I don't know if you agree with that, but let's at least take a look at this viral post of a man revealing what it takes to have a good relationship / partnership. Look, Dolph said, if I'm paying rent, she paying utilities. If I'm paying the car note, she paying insurance. If I'm washing dishes, she cooking. If I'm paying for the movies, she buying the snacks. If I'm washing clothes, she gonna fold them. If I'm sweeping the floor, she gonna mop it. If I'm paying for dinner, she gonna leave a tip. If I'm giving her, she giving me money. I think he said she giving. We both stacking. This shit a partnership. Ain't no way a person's supposed to do it alone. Y'all motherfuckers want a motherfucker to pay everything. That ain't real. It's just about money. Well, listen, some of that may be true. And I'll just say the dinner the other night with Rhea, I don't know if you noticed it, when I chose to pay the bill before, because, you know, people with money always want to take care of, just make sure there's no issue. And she went to pay the tip. That's why me and her are good partners. But I paid the tip too. But the point is that, to his point, if I'm doing this, you do that. Does a relationship have to have us sitting there taking score of everything we're doing now?
But I think in a way it does, because, and it's interesting because I just watched this clip on Hollywood Unlocked about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. And she was saying before she wanted to split everything. And then now she's at a point in her life where she's like, wait a minute, can you take on some of the weight? Because I'm a little stressed. But the reason it got there was because he said at one point they were fighting or something. And he was like, in my house, we're not going to do that. And then she was like, hold on, this is our house. And like the only way it feels like that is if you're equally contributing, because then that one person can't hold everything over your head. Like, I'm paying for this, I'm doing this, and you're not doing anything. And I never want to be in a situation where somebody's holding that kind of weight in a relationship. So,
well, in their case, then that would be a transaction.
I'm going.
Hey, Gabby. Hey, Dwayne. I mean, look, I think that anything that's that transactional, I don't want. I don't want to sit down with somebody over dinner and say, if I bring the chicken, you bring the mashed potatoes. If I get the car, you put the gas in it. If I get the dogs, you walk them. Like, I don't want to be in that. I like, at least in my own life, and I try, and look, don't start throwing around, I got money, this and that, because I'm still me. I like to make things easy for us, and that's, in my opinion, being a provider. Like, I want to be a provider. I like providing for, but I don't want to be with somebody that they're with me because I'm providing. Mm-hmm. And we all know some of y'all in them halfway houses are plotting on a lonely gay. Well, here's what Chaotic had to say on 8 at the Table podcast about the whole situation. Take a look.
Trying to see at what point in life did love become monetized. Real love, man, we gonna catch the bus together. We'll sleep on the floor together. I'm talking about real unconditional love do not come with a price. It don't come with a number. When you really love somebody, real love don't think about the money. The money just come. the 50-50 or whatever, 60-40 or 110 or whatever, it just come with the territory when the love is real and genuine. You don't gotta ask what kind of man you want. You don't gotta ask, is we going 50-50? You don't gotta ask what kind of car we gonna drive. You don't even gotta ask what we gonna eat tonight. Real love, we'll bust down a peanut butter jelly sandwich and be happy and love each other. The problem is people not loving each other no more. People loving lifestyles. So it's like, I want to love the man that can give me a lifestyle, or I want to love the woman that makes me look like I'm the man that got the lifestyle. That's what it is. It's the idea of people thinking about how the relationship can change their life instead of just saying like, I just love you. I love you too. And we just good. Like, we can go fly kites on Sundays. That is the love really that's lasting, but we don't publicize that love. And that's why people don't understand or know it, because we don't see enough of that. We see the monetized love. And that's why we also fucked up emotionally, because we're not glorifying that kind of love. And that kind of love exists. It's happening every day. They don't care about the social medias. They don't care about none of that shit. You know how the future say it was the love for my grandmama that made me want to do better. Love will activate that hustle love, because I love you so much. Even though I love you so much that you're sleeping on this floor with me, girl, I'm gonna get us off of this floor. I'm gonna give you everything in the world that you want. It activates that dog in you. I love you so much. I want to know everything about you, all your wants, all your needs, everything you want. And I want to help bring that to life. Love is more than enough to be. Love is an intense, deep feeling of affection for somebody. Can make you motherfucking do some strange things for them.
I'm not sleeping on nobody's floor. I have a bad back. That's number one. And I don't think you should be struggling together. The reason why some of y'all look crazy out here in the world is because you've committed to struggling and you've put the veil of love on top of that. It's almost like getting a pile of shit and putting frosting on it. Guess what? When you cut into that and you bite into that, it still tastes like shit. I'm not going to subscribe to that. Let's struggle together. No, go get your shit together. I'm going to get my shit together. Let the love we have for each other be the fuel we need to get successful to an extent that we're stable, and then get together, because two unstable motherfuckers ain't nothing but a problem for society. Now, I understand what Chaotic is saying conceptually, that, you know, we're going to struggle to, mean we're going to rock together. We're going to, yeah, all that is great. But the struggling, let's sleep on the floor together and all that. If I got to sleep on the floor with the dog next to the person I love the most, how am I going to get me off the ground when I got to get you up too? Nah, that is not a thing. And I hope that none of us have subscribed to that. Would you do that?
Absolutely not. And this whole idea that love is enough is crazy for me. I love it. That's a fantasy. That's like a Disney fairy tale. But I think that's the kind of circumstance that works in a short term. Like, I can be so in love with you that all I can want to do is be with you. But then the moment I start feeling like the pressure and the weight of the relationship is on me because you're lazy and you're not doing anything, that love is going to go away real fast. So love is not enough. It's just never enough. It's a business. You got to build together so you can grow together.
Let me just explain to you something. Anybody you're with should want you to be independent. And here's the deal. Even if I meet somebody where they are and they're not in a place in life where I am financially, I'm okay with that as long as they got the mentality to get there, because I can give you some stability while you give me emotional support, and we can both get to where we both need and meet each other's needs. But I'll be damned if you want to move in, sleep on the floor, not do like, when I tell you the way you got to have everything on 10 on the other end for this partnership to work, that's because you should want somebody who wants more out of their own individual life. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, a lot of you men, and I'm speaking directly to a lot of you black men, are extremely insecure, and you want somebody to depend on you so you can control the whole situation. That way, when they don't show up for you the way you want to, they put you out. You put them out. Nah, you should be working to build up your partner so that way your partner can have the luxury of leaving when they want to, not be obligated to stay with you in order for the lights to stay on and the meal to be put on the table. And I think, again, when you're a secure man, like for me, if I get with you, I want you to boss up because I want you to be there for me. And the minute you don't want to be there for me, I want you to go, because there's nothing worse than living in a house with somebody full of resentment that really don't want to be there, but they feel stuck. And those be the people that put that fentanyl in your cereal. And now you sit up there ODing, dying at the table, foaming at the mouth because you were with somebody that didn't want to be with you. And I don't know what it is this day and age with dating, because it does seem so much more complicated. People would assume because you have money or access or visibility, that it makes it easier. You can cast a broader net, but you casting a broader net of a bunch of shit. Mm-hmm. I don't have the answers on this. I agree with Chaotic in some of what he's saying, except for the struggle part. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna struggle with you. And yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, love is not enough on its own.
Love is not enough. Mm-mm. Well, tell me what you guys think. Drop it in the comments.